On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
An intelligence test. Field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Discipline.
The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using and punishments if these are broken, a region of activity, knowledge, or influence.
Examples:
Break discipline. Rigid discipline. He quickly learned the military discipline.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Superior.
Better, higher in quality, or more advanced than others.
Examples:
Superior performance. Provide superior customer service. The new smartphone model is superior to the previous version in terms of speed and features.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Perception.
A belief, opinion, or image you have based on how you regard, understand, or interpret something, the ability to see, hear, or notice something through the senses.
Examples:
Keen perception. Perception of a stimulus. He is a man admired for the depth of his perception.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Concept:
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Essential:
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Algorithm:
A set of rules or rigorous instructions typically used to solve a specific problem or to perform a computation.
Examples:
The RSA algorithm. Algorithm for image processing. We can evaluate the performance of an algorithm in terms of computation time.
Flip:
To turn over into a different position quickly, to throw or toss with a light motion.
Examples:
Flip over the pork chop. Flip a coin. He flipped when he heard that he had been accepted into the university.
Creative:
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Unexpected:
Not anticipated or regarded as likely to happen.
Examples:
An unexpected visitor. Some unexpected events. The unexpected rainstorm caused the collapse of the corral.
Penetrating:
Able to pierce or enter deeply into something, having a sharp, intense quality that cuts through superficiality or confusion.
Examples:
Penetrating gaze. Penetrating analysis. The penetrating smell of freshly brewed coffee filled the room.
Insight:
The ability to gain an accurate and deep understanding of people or situations, an accurate and deep understanding of what something is like.
Examples:
A profound insight. Share my insights. We gained various insights by analyzing the vast amount of data owned by the company.
Dual:
Having two parts, aspects, or elements.
Examples:
Dual purpose. Dual nationality. This laptop has a dual-core processor, making it fast and efficient.
Relation:
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Statue.
A sculpture of a person or animal, typically made of stone or metal, that is intended to represent the subject in a lifelike or symbolic way.
Examples:
A beautiful statue. The ancient Egyptian statues. The statue of the famous hero stood proudly in the town square.
Sculptor.
An artist who creates sculptures, three-dimensional objects, or forms.
Examples:
Sculptor studio. Renowned sculptor. The famous sculptor used various tools to carve the marble into the desired shape.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples:
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Intestine.
A long, tube-like organ in the digestive system that is responsible for absorbing nutrients from food and eliminating waste products.
Examples:
Large intestine. Intestine wall. The small intestine is responsible for absorbing most of the nutrients from food.
Anatomy.
The scientific study that deals with the physical structure of humans, animals, or plants.
Examples:
Animal anatomy. Anatomy of a country's collapse. The professor explained the anatomy of the nervous system.
Superficial.
Existing or occurring only at or on the surface, appearing to be true or real only until examined more closely.
Examples:
Superficial wound. Superficial knowledge. The journalist's superficial reporting should have captured the full scope of the issue.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Fanciful.
Characterized by or involving imaginative and unrealistic ideas or concepts, existing or perceived only in the imagination.
Examples:
Fanciful idea. Fanciful tale. Her fanciful imagination allowed her to dream up incredible stories.
Hippocampus.
A major component of the brain of humans and other vertebrates that is part of the limbic system and is vital for memory.
Examples:
Involvement of the hippocampus. Neurons in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is crucial for learning and memory storage.
Shrimp.
A small, freshwater or saltwater creature with a slender body and long legs.
Examples:
Shrimp cocktail. Shrimp farming. The seafood restaurant had a variety of dishes featuring shrimp.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Span.
The entire length of something, such as time or space from beginning to end, the amount of space that something covers.
Examples:
The span of a bird's wings. The average lifespan. He slightly modified the span of training because it was just before a match.
Microscopy.
The scientific study of small structures or substances using microscopes, including the anatomical, physiological, and pathological aspects of cells, tissues, and organs.
Examples:
Clinical microscopy. Electron microscopy. The scientist used a microscopy technique to study the cells at a microscopic level.
Stain.
To discolor, defile, or tarnish something. Noun, a discoloration or dirty mark on a surface that is difficult to remove.
Examples:
Stain the carpet. Red wine stain. The allegations of corruption stained her reputation, and she struggled to regain public trust.
Render.
To bring someone or something into a particular state, to provide something such as service, help, etc.
Examples:
Render an assessment. Render the contract void. The jury must render a decision on this complex case.
Contrast.
To put in opposition, to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
Contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
a private individual, individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Morphology:
the study of the form and structure of plants, animals, and other organisms, the study of the alteration of word forms as they change from one part of speech to another.
Examples:
morphology of a language, cellular morphology. The morphology of rocks can reveal clues about their geological history.
Neuron:
a cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples:
excite the neurons, neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Incredible:
unbelievable, extremely large.
Examples:
incredible amount, at incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Cellular:
of or connected with the cells of animals or plants, of or connected with a mobile telephone system that uses several short-range radio stations instead of wires.
Examples:
cellular and molecular biology, a cellular phone handset. This factory employs a cellular manufacturing system.
Arbor:
a shady place or a shelter formed by trees, vines, or climbing plants, a lattice framework or trellis that supports climbing plants, a seating area or shelter made of woven branches or vines, of medicine, also arbor vitae, the white matter of the cerebellum in the brain.
Examples:
grape arbor, arbor vitae. The wooden bench beneath the arbor was a peaceful place to read a book.
Branch:
a division of a tree or woody shrub that grows out from the trunk or a main stem, a division of some larger or more complex organization.
Examples:
branch office, a branch pipe. The branch of the tree had fallen and blocked the road.
Distance:
the amount of space between 2 points, measured in units such as miles, meters, or kilometers, the extent, scope, or range between two things, such as distance or emotional distance.
Examples:
driving distance, social distance. The marathon runner covered a long distance in a short amount of time.
Novel:
an extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. Adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
historical novel, novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Reminiscent:
making you remember someone or something, relating to the recall of personal interests.
Examples:
reminiscent of ancient times, reminiscent smile. His painting style is reminiscent of Monet's.
Obvious:
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Revolution:
A large-scale attempt to overthrow the government of a country, often using violence or war.
Examples:
beginning of the Industrial Revolution. A political revolution. The revolution by the citizen resulted in a redistribution of wealth.
Electrify:
to make a machine or system work by using electricity, to make someone extremely enthusiastic about or interested in something.
Examples:
electrify the audience. Electrify a manufacturing process. The product developed through years of research continues to electrify the market.
Underway:
having started and currently in progress.
Examples:
just getting underway. Campaign now underway. This project has been underway for several years.
Anatomical:
of or relating to the structure of the body and its parts.
Examples:
anatomical structure. Anatomical elements. The anatomical model of the human body was used to teach medical students.
Surpass:
to be or do better than someone or something, to excel or go beyond the limits or standards of something.
Examples:
surpass imagination. Surpass $20 billion in sales. The athlete's record-breaking performance surpassed all expectations.
Collaborate:
to work with someone else to produce or achieve something.
Examples:
collaborate with the police. Collaborate on a press release. She agreed to collaborate with him in creating new artwork.
Maximum:
the largest or greatest amount or value attainable or attained.
Examples:
maximum limit. The maximum speed. The maximum temperature recorded this summer was higher than average.
Planck:
a unit of measurement used in physics to quantify the smallest possible amounts of energy, typically associated with subatomic particles and other quantum phenomena.
Examples:
Planck mass. Planck length. Planck's constant is a fundamental constant of nature used in quantum mechanics.
Institute:
an organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb: to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Tissue:
An ensemble of similar cells of the animal or plant that together carry out a specific function.
Examples:
A facial tissue. Loss of muscle tissue. The researcher separated the nervous tissue for microscopic examinations.
Cubic:
Having the shape of a cube or being of 3 dimensions, measured in units that are the third power of a linear unit.
Examples:
Cubic meter. Cubic structure. The package was a cubic shape, which made it easier to stack on the shelf.
Micron:
A unit of measurement equal to 1/1,000,000th of a meter, used for measuring the size of particles and microorganisms.
Examples:
Micron measurements. Micron imaging. The width of a single human hair is around 100 microns.
Mitochondria:
Singular, mitochondrion, an organelle, equals a specialized part of a cell, found in large numbers in most cells that produce energy for the cell by breaking down food.
Examples:
A membrane of a mitochondria. Healthy mitochondria. Mitochondria DNA is used to trace human lineage and migration footprints.
Bacteria:
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Consecutive:
Following in a sequence or order without interruption or break, occurring one after another.
Examples:
Consecutive holidays. Suffer consecutive defeats. The athlete won 3 consecutive championships in her sport.
Slice:
A flat, often thin, piece of bread, meat, cheese, etc., that has been cut from a larger piece, a wound made by cutting.
Examples:
A slice of the company's revenue. Slice a tomato thin. The children complained because one slice of cake was slightly larger than the other.
Comparison:
The consideration or examination of the similarities between 2 or more people or things.
Examples:
Ease of comparison. Comparison of foods on a caloric basis. I've included the 2 designs for a comparison.
Sake:
Purpose, reason for wanting something done.
Examples:
For your own sake. For the sake of argument. He got a new job for the sake of his family.
Diameter.
The length of a straight line passing through the center of a circle and connecting 2 points on the circumference.
Examples:
diameter of an oval, a particle diameter. Draw a circle 5 centimeters in diameter.
Strand.
A very thin natural or synthetic thread, wire, hair, etc. Verb, to leave or drive a vessel, fish, etc., aground or ashore.
Examples:
a strand of fine hair, double-strand DNA. I heard several melodic strands simultaneously.
Serial.
Consisting of or occurring in a series or sequence, relating to or involving a series or sequence of events, stories, or incidents.
Examples:
serial killer, serial number. The company is launching a new line of cereal products aimed at young adults.
Electron.
A tiny particle with a negative electrical charge.
Examples:
flow of electrons, beam of electrons. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Reconstruction.
The process of rebuilding or repairing something that has been damaged or destroyed, or of restoring something to its original condition.
Examples:
reconstruction aid, reconstruction aid. The government announced a plan for the reconstruction of the city's infrastructure.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
progression of civilization, progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Proceed.
To move forward or to continue with a process or action, to advance or progress.
Examples:
proceed with caution, proceed to the next step. We can now proceed with the next item on our agenda.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
advance the technology, advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Electrical.
Relating to electricity.
Examples:
an electrical storm. Degree in electrical engineering. Actuators convert electrical pulses into motion.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples.
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Intelligent.
Having the capacity for thought and reason, especially to a high degree.
Examples.
An intelligent person. Intelligent assisting system. Intelligent robots that can cooperate with humans have limited motor output for safety.
Machinery.
A group of large machines or the components of a machine that make it work, social institution functions or structure for doing something.
Examples.
Heavy machinery. Inactive machinery. The machinery of audit formally issued a business improvement order.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples.
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Cortex.
The outermost layer of an organ, especially the brain.
Examples.
Cortex cells. Visual cortex neuron. The cerebral cortex consists of 6 layers.
Imagery.
The use of words or pictures in books, photographs, paintings, etc., that produces pictures in the minds of people, the ability to form mental images of things or events.
Examples.
Visual imagery. Satellite imagery. This movie is famous for its romantic imagery.
Circuit.
In electrical engineering, an electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow, a journey or route around a particular place or area.
Examples.
Circuit breaker. Federal Circuit courts. An intelligent battery has a voltage monitoring circuit.
Diagram.
A simplified illustration of the appearance, structure, or workings of something.
Examples.
3D diagram. In a diagram. He is drawing a diagram illustrating how the equipment operates.
Computation.
The act or process of calculating something, especially an answer or amount, by using a machine or calculator.
Examples.
Parallel computation. Theory of computation. The researcher demonstrated the superiority of quantum computation in several mathematical tasks.
Cascade.
A small waterfall or series of small waterfalls, a succession of stages or operations or processes or units.
Examples.
Cascade connection. Transistor cascade. The cascade of waterfalls in the national park was a breathtaking sight.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples.
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Compute.
To make a mathematical calculation.
Examples.
Compute an average score. Compute the value. I tried to compute the efficiency of the investment.
Paradigm.
A standard or typical example of something, a pattern or model.
Examples.
Major paradigm shift. Cultural paradigm. He postulated a completely different paradigm to explain all these phenomena.
Pixel.
The smallest unit of an image that can be displayed or manipulated electronically, typically a point of light on a computer screen or in a digital image.
Examples.
Pixel density. Color pixels. The computer screen comprises thousands of tiny pixels that create the overall picture.
Neural.
Of or relating to a nerve or the nervous system that includes the brain.
Examples.
Neural stem cells. Neural networks in AI. There was a disturbance of neural function.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples.
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Nowadays.
At the current time, in comparison to the past.
Examples.
Young people nowadays. Not to be seen nowadays. People can clone a sheep nowadays.
Retina.
The innermost light-sensitive membrane covering the back wall of the eyeball.
Examples.
Retinal cells. Retina scanner. Damage to the retina may play a role in the development of glaucoma.
Synapse.
The fact or state of failing to finish an activity and of stopping using, making, or doing it.
Examples.
Synapse circuit. And at a synapse. Animals transmit nerve impulses through synapses.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples.
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples.
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Variable.
Likely to change or very often, noun, a symbol, like X or Y, that is used in mathematical or logical expressions to represent a value that may be changed.
Examples:
A variable species. A dependent variable. Rainfall in the tropics is highly variable.
Trillion.
The number 1 trillion, a million million.
Examples:
Trillion cubic feet. Many trillions of dollars. 1 light year is nearly 6 trillion miles.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Formula.
A group of symbols, letters, or numbers that represent a rule, law, or mathematical statement.
Examples:
Structural formula. A binomial formula. The teacher told the students to memorize the math formula.
Scare.
To frighten a person or animal, or to become frightened.
Examples:
Scare off her attacker by screaming. Scare the birds away. We hit the ground to scare out the rabbits.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples:
A complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Equation.
The act of regarding as equal, mathematics, a statement that expresses the equality of two expressions by connecting them with the equal sign.
Examples:
The equation of poverty with ignorance. A chemical equation. In this class, you will learn how to solve quadratic equations.
Inference.
A conclusion reached based on evidence and reasoning, a deduction or assumption.
Examples:
Make an inference. Logical inference. Based on ice core samples, scientists can draw inferences about the Earth's past climate.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Straightforward.
Easy to do or understand, or simple, free from ambiguity.
Examples:
straightforward manner. Make a straightforward dash. The defendant gave a straightforward and accurate description of the accident.
Multiply.
To add a number to itself a specified number of times, to increase or cause to increase very much in number or quantity.
Examples:
multiply 5 and 6. Multiply about 100-fold. Multiply a number by itself twice.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Gloss.
A smooth and shiny surface on a material, often achieved through the application of a coating or finish, a brief or superficial explanation or description, often used to make something seem better or more attractive than it actually is. Verb, to make something appear better or more positive than it really is, often by using vague or misleading language.
Examples:
gloss over my mistake. Gloss of politeness. The shiny gloss on the new car made it look even more impressive.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Division.
The act or outcome of splitting into separate parts, a critical organizational unit or sector.
Examples:
cellular division. Division chief. Which division of the company do you work in?
Inverse.
Opposite in order, nature, or effect, reversed, reciprocal.
Examples:
inverse function. Inverse matrix. The inverse relationship between price and demand is well known in economics.
Linear.
Of, relating to, or consisting of lines or length, able to be expressed as a straight line, especially on a graph.
Examples:
linear trend. A linear equation. People tend to make linear predictions.
Algebra.
A type of mathematics in which signs and letters represent numbers.
Examples.
Algebra calculation. Strong in algebra. His classmates were laboring with advanced algebra.
Minimize.
To make something, especially something bad, small or less serious.
Examples.
Minimize a loss. Way to minimize conflict. I bought a gadget before my trip to help minimize stress during the flight.
Initial.
Of or happening at the beginning, noun, the first letter of a word, especially a person's name.
Examples.
Initial velocity. An initial letter. They took the initial step toward reconciliation.
Polo.
A sport played on horseback in which two teams try to hit a ball through a goal using long-handled mallets.
Examples.
Polo shirt. Polo championship. I watched a thrilling polo match at the club over the weekend.
Approximate.
Nearly accurate or correct, but not completely so.
Examples.
Linear approximate equation. Approximate time. The approximate cost of the project was estimated to be around $500,000.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples.
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples.
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Procedure.
A way of doing something, especially the official or well-known way.
Examples.
Undergo a surgical procedure. Standard procedure. The pilot and flight attendant ran through the checkout procedure.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples.
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples.
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Parade.
A public procession, especially one celebrating a special day or event.
Examples.
A military parade. Parade route. The annual 4th of July parade is popular in the town square.
Artwork.
The pieces of art, such as pictures and photographs used in books, magazines, etc.
Examples:
Ancient artwork. Artwork conservation. Videos documenting the process of creating this pencil artwork have been popular worldwide.
Sketch.
A simple, quickly made picture that does not have many details, a short descriptive summary of something.
Examples:
A penciled sketch. First design sketches. Yesterday, I created a rough sketch of the plan.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Vary.
To become different in terms of size, shape, etc.
Examples:
Vary according to the age. Vary directly with the price. Maximum heart rates vary a lot for each individual.
Distinguish.
To notice or understand the difference between two people or things.
Examples:
Distinguish these two things. Distinguish man from the other animals. This study distinguished 4 different ways to run a business.
Morph.
To change or cause to change something or someone smoothly and gradually from one thing to another.
Examples:
Morph into a different shape. Morph into something entirely different. This company morphed into an enterprise company.
Dimension.
A measurable extent of a particular kind, such as width, height, or length.
Examples:
New dimension. The crosswise dimension. Overall dimensions are approximately 400 by 200 millimeters.
Thereby.
As a result, consequence of a particular action or set of conditions.
Examples:
Thereby obtain data. Thereby improving overall health. The new software will streamline the workflow, thereby increasing productivity.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit. Buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Synthesis.
The combination of components or elements to form a more complex whole. The creation of something new through combining parts or elements.
Examples:
Synthesis of ammonia. Protein synthesis inhibitor. The chemical synthesis of the new drug was a breakthrough in medical research.
Armadillo.
A mammal with a protective bony armor covering its body, Native to the Americas and known for its ability to roll into a ball for defense.
Examples:
Armadillo shell. Armadillo burrow. The biologist is conducting a study on the dietary habits of the armadillo.
Spot.
A particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
Beauty spot. A spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Parameter.
A numerical or other measurable factors that characterize a system or set of data.
Examples:
Parameter estimation. Parameter tuning. The temperature range was one of the critical parameters we had to consider when designing the experiment.
Crazy.
Stupid or not sensible, very angry.
Examples:
Crazy about cars and racing. A crazy scheme. The rain and thunder are crazy today.
Cubism.
A 20th century art movement that emphasizes the formal structure of objects, often breaking them down into geometric shapes and planes and depicting them from multiple angles at once.
Examples:
Geometric cubism. Abstract cubism. Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque are two of the most famous cubism artists.
Surreal.
Strange and unreal, having an oddly dreamlike quality.
Examples:
Surreal number. Surreal art. The dreamlike quality of the painting gave it a surreal feel.
Psychedelic.
Relating to or characterized by the use of drugs or the effects that produce altered perceptions, heightened awareness, and vivid imagery, describing art, music, or fashion characterized by bright colors, bold patterns, and unconventional designs.
Examples:
Psychedelic therapy. Psychedelic art. The Beatles' psychedelic music was a hallmark of the 1960s counterculture movement.
Rid.
To make someone or something free of unwanted or unpleasant tasks, objects, or person.
Examples:
Get rid of the rats. Rid the body of waste products. We must rid ourselves of pollution.
Ambiguity.
The quality of being open to more than one interpretation, the uncertainty of meaning.
Examples:
Free from ambiguity. Avoid ambiguity in writing. The ambiguity in the instructions made it difficult for her to complete the task.
Pose.
To present a risk, problem, or other issues that must be addressed.
Examples:
Pose a significant threat to my company. Pose a challenge. The chemicals pose a massive health risk.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Confusion.
The state of being mixed up or unclear, or the state of disorder or uncertainty.
Examples:
Administrative confusion. In great confusion. The sudden policy change has caused confusion among employees.
Ambiguous.
Open to more than one interpretation, not clear or decided.
Examples:
Ambiguous situation. Clarify ambiguous points. The instructions provided were ambiguous and confused the team.
Optimize.
To make the best or most effective use of something.
Examples:
Optimize a process. Optimize control for cooling. The essence of economics is to optimize the allocation of limited resources.
Reconstruct.
To build or form something again that has been damaged or destroyed.
Examples:
Reconstruct an image. Reconstruct the original text. They've decided to reconstruct a ruined castle.
Coherent.
Logical and consistent. Noun, the quality of being clear and easy to understand.
Examples:
A coherent explanation. Create a coherent system. His writing was well structured and coherent.
Blank.
Without any writing or printing, empty or devoid of ideas, information, or meaning, unable to remember or recall information.
Examples:
Blank expression. Blank paper. The computer screen displayed nothing but a blank white screen.
Canvas.
Heavy closely woven fabric used for making tents, sails, etc. and by artists for painting on.
Examples:
Blank canvas. Oil on canvas. Life is a vast canvas, and you should put as much paint on it as you can.
Demonstration.
A display or show, often of a particular skill or product, intended to convince or persuade others.
Examples:
Demonstration project. A campus demonstration. Thousands of people attended the protest demonstration against the proposed policy.
Categorize.
To put people or things into groups according to their features, types, etc.
Examples:
Categorize the image. Categorize the cause of failure. The biologist categorized the viruses into 4 groups.
Human-made.
Created or produced by humans, artificial.
Examples:
Human-made climate change. The worst human-made disaster. The bridge is a human-made structure and was built to span the river.
Hallucinate.
To experience a seemingly real perception of something that does not actually exist, usually as a result of a mental illness or drug use.
Examples:
Start to hallucinate. Hallucinate with drug. Sleep-deprived people gradually lose their concentration and may hallucinate.
Zoom.
To move along very quickly, noun, the act of rising upward into the air.
Examples:
Zoom in on a photo. Zoom lens. He zoomed back in time to the soccer game.
Fugue.
A compositional technique in which a main melody is introduced and then imitated by voices entering one after another.
Examples:
Psychogenic fugue. Fugue style. He studied the principles of fugue, a type of composition in Baroque music.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Association.
A people or groups of people who have joined in a single organization together for a particular purpose, a social or business connection or relationship.
Examples:
Word associations. A scholarship association. His membership in the association provided him with numerous benefits.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Marijuana.
A psychoactive drug derived from the cannabis plant, used for medicinal or recreational purposes. A drug that is illegal in some countries and states, but legal in others for specific purposes.
Examples:
Recreational marijuana. Medical marijuana. Studies have shown that long-term use of marijuana can have adverse effects on cognitive abilities.
Constrain.
To restrict or limit someone or something's freedom or ability to do something.
Examples:
Constrain his freedom. Constrain information flow. The political situation constrained the country's economic growth and foreign relations.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Backpack.
A bag or pack that is worn on the back, often used for carrying books, equipment, or supplies.
Examples:
Backpackers hostel. Backpacking trip. I packed my backpack with all the necessary camping gear for our trip.
Poem.
A piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas by paying particular attention to diction, sometimes rhyme, rhythm, and imagery.
Examples:
A narrative poem. Poem to the dead. A great poem is a fountain forever overflowing with the waters of wisdom and delight.
Poetry.
Poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Corpus.
A collection of texts or documents, usually used in research or analysis.
Examples:
Corpus callus. Written corpus. The corpus of ancient Greek literature includes many famous works.
Intimate.
Having a very close friendship, personal.
Examples:
My intimate affairs. Intimate relationship. He has an intimate knowledge of American history.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Reverse.
To change something's direction, order, position, decision, etc., to the opposite one, adjective, directed or moving toward the rear.
Examples:
Reverse the trend. Reverse the order. The restaurant reversed a ban on smoking.
Sculpture.
The art of creating three-dimensional objects or forms, typically by carving, modeling, or casting in a variety of materials such as stone, wood, metal, or clay.
Examples:
Create sculpture. Abstract sculpture. The ancient Greek sculptures are known for their realism and attention to detail.
Creature.
A living being, especially an animal.
Examples:
Creature of habit. Artificial creature. The deep-sea creature was unlike anything the scientists had ever seen before.
Alien.
A person who comes from a different country, race, or group, a form of life assumed to exist outside the Earth or its atmosphere.
Examples:
Alien fungi. Resident aliens. Alien species have drastically altered the ecosystem in this area.
Fulfill.
To meet the requirements or expectations, to achieve or realize.
Examples:
Fulfill a contract. Fulfill a lifetime dream. It was the first time for her, but she fulfilled the role of priest.
Pioneer.
Inventor, explorer, someone who is among the first to achieve something.
Examples:
Act as a pioneer. Early pioneers. John Whitney was a computer animation pioneer.
Crush.
To press it firmly, usually with your hands or a tool, so that it becomes flat or smaller.
Examples:
Crush coffee beans. Crush a revolt. The car was completely crushed in the accident.
Extend.
To broaden in scope, range, or area.
Examples:
Extend the warranty. Extend a line. Her visit will extend from Monday to Friday.